Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA TOUR.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Amanda Balionis, and thanks for joining me on the crazy week of the Barclays. It started off on Tuesday with the rumblings of an earthquake, and then on Thursday, a torrential downpour, which nobody saw coming, delayed play for 3 hours. And then, of course, we have Hurricane Irene, which was barreling up the coast and shortened the tournament from 72 to 54 holes. Now, we may only have 3 days to report on, but trust me when I say it was so action-packed in the first tournament of the playoffs for the FedEx Cup that it didn't seem like anything was cut short in Edison, New Jersey. We talked on Friday how the last time a PGA Tour event was shortened to 54 holes was back in 2009 when Dustin Johnson won at Pebble Beach. Well, coming into Saturday, Johnson was in the final grouping with Matt Kuchar and Vijay Singh, and they were all hoping to claim their first PGA Tour victory of the season. The final group was throwing darts early and often in the third and final round of the Barclays because the course was so soft from the rain earlier in the week and lift clean in place was in effect. Johnson knocked in an eagle on the fourth, and Kuchar kept his front nine clean, draining 4 birdies. The battle continued on the back nine until Kuchar stumbled for the first time all round, 3-putting the 12th and 13th for back-to-back bogeys, giving Dustin Johnson a 2-shot lead that he would never relinquish. Johnson and Kuchar parred out their last 4 holes of the day as Dustin Johnson claimed his first win of the season, finally breaking through in the 38th event of the year in the first leg of the playoffs to jockey himself into the top spot in FedEx Cup standings. Johnson's winning 6 under 65 was impressive, but while we had 2 guys battling for the top spot in the leaderboard, we also had a couple players battling the course to hopefully rack up the first 59 of the season. Vijay Singh said on Friday that between the course setup and all of the rain at Plainfield Country Club, a 59 was out there if you could get it. Well, Brandt Snedeker looked like he was ready to take it Saturday morning as he birdied his first 5 holes of the day and was 8 under through 12 with a drivable par 4 and a manageable par 5 still to go. Well, it wasn't meant to be as Sneds bogeyed the 13th, but he still set the course record with a 10 under 61. Now, Wai Yang also looked like he had an opportunity to hand in maybe the first 59 of the season, but he fell victim to the 17th hole with a bogey, handing in an 8 under overall on Saturday. But, you know, the big picture here for these guys is to really continue on to the second round of the playoffs. Only the top 100 in FedEx Cup points will be able to do that. Of course, that's the Deutsche Bank Championship at TPC Boston. So who made the biggest moves on Saturday and who just missed the cut? Some of the biggest movers of the week are Camilo Villegas, who started outside of the top 100 at 109 and finished tied for 6th in New Jersey to get to 45th in FedEx Cup standings. Patrick Harrington, who you remember gave up his vacation the week before the Barclays to try to qualify for the playoffs, shot up 39 spots to 85th, and Ian Poulter, who started at 114th, moved his way up to 77th after a final round 64 on Saturday. But not everyone can move up, as Bryce Mulder ended up being the first guy out at the 101 position after finishing tied for 64th this week. Josh Teeter will be heading home after starting the week at 110, and he actually improved to 102, but it just wasn't enough this season. And the third guy out is Hunter Haas, who missed the 4-under cut on Friday. And one more player that just squeaked into that top 100 is newly inducted World Golf Hall of Famer Ernie Els, who improved 19 spots to 99th in FedEx Cup standings. Now, while players are struggling to find out information on Saturday because, well, all the leaderboards were taken down across the course in preparation for Hurricane Irene, someone that didn't have any problem finding out all the information we needed was our PGA Tour Network's Bill Rosinski.
Thanks, Amanda. 2 things stand out for me when thinking back to the 2011 Barclays. The first, the weather, which we can't control. Remember that earthquake on Tuesday before the tournament? It was felt here in Edison, New Jersey. Jim Furyk was holding a press conference, and you know what? Didn't bother him at all.
Earthquake. It's lasting too long, isn't it?
Ferguson just walked in. We are on stilts.
Huh. Anyway, give me a couple tips and it helped.
3.5-hour rain delay on Thursday, and then Hurricane Irene decided this would not be a 72-hole event. Hey, we're like the mailman here at the PGA Tour. It doesn't make any difference about the weather. We're going to play some golf for you. The other thing that stood out, the players. They lit up this golf course. A lot of red numbers. They'd never played it in championship conditions before, but they know how to make birdies. Coming up next, the Deutsche Bank Championships. We've got the play-by-play for you. PGA Tour Network. It begins on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Thanks, Bill, and get home safely after this week. Now, next up, we're heading to Boston for the Deutsche Bank Championship. And remember, it's a Friday start and a Labor Day finish. But don't worry, our live at crew will have you totally covered with On the Tee beginning at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So always log on to PGATour.com.